After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War. Now, in the year 1973, the world still lies in the heart of this frigid period. The West and East engage in proxy wars to assert dominance, while spies and agents engage in shadowy dealings. And, with the threat of nuclear war, the world always feels close to doomsday. It's as if the whole world is holding their breath, waiting for someone to make the first wrong move.
Okay, guys, welcome back. It's been a week since we were last all together for Good Trouble. How's it going?
I can't believe you spoiled the ending during that interval.
I'm sorry.
I was excited for the whole campaign.
Dude, I've been playing Resident Evil 4 like non-stop. I fucking love the new remake.
All I know is it has something to do with a mouse version of Ashley, question mark?
I've seen memes about that.
Shut up! Never mention that to me again.
I don't know why that's happening.
I saw one of Rat, actually.
Yeah, since
okay, someone made a joke that was like, what if you booted up Resident Evil 4 and, like, Ashley was a mouse? And now that's just all over fucking Twitter. I'm so sick of it.
Yeah, I also did not know what was going on. I was like, what is this happening?
I had a dream last night that I was playing Resident Evil 4 and everything was the same, except that Salazar's main motivation is that he didn't want to pay taxes.
Okay. I've seen this tweet. You didn't know such thing.
Alright.
But anyway, we're not here to talk about Resident Evil 4 yet. We've not got to that part of this campaign.
You know, since we're already on distraction topics, I will just use this platform to briefly say that Inside Job should be renewed for another season. That is all.
It should, but I'm pretty sure it was already cancelled.
I've never seen it. I cannot comment.
I didn't watch the new season, but I like the first one well enough.
Which season? What's going on?
The new one, but I like the first season well enough. I haven't seen the new one.
The season of what?
Inside Job. I stopped watching it when I heard it got canceled because I was like, I'm not getting invested in another Netflix show that gets canceled.
Well, anyway, we're not here to talk about Inside Job either. It's not that part of the campaign. We're here to play Good Trouble. So, Darnell, what happened last time?
Last time on Good Trouble, our 4 agents were dropped in East Berlin inside of like an old abandoned tavern with the goal of picking up one Clarence Bell from Green Gables. Upon entering Green Gables and attempting to infiltrate, we had several fights with stand users and other operatives, and we found out he was taken by the KGB. We managed to grab him and went back to the pickup point, which was this restaurant. And then from there, we were attacked by what seemed to be a wound, and we learned more about the concept of wounds. We got our boy back to HQ, and we met some of the people who work there, and then we were pulled in by Neil Speedwagon, who runs the Good Trouble division, and we're told that we would need to go on a mission into Russia, I believe, to like infiltrate some like old money royalty mansion because a guy named Polpov, who apparently ordered Clarence's kidnapping, would be there for some sort of conference. And our main goal is to figure out what's going on at that conference, and also, not so sadly, to kill Polpov if possible.
Yeah, so you go into a old holiday home for the Romanovs in northern Russia on the coast. Geography is not my strong suit, so if that doesn't quite work, I don't care. This is my universe. Called the Winter's Box. So you'll be approaching by boat, you've been told, which, well, I don't need to tell you that because your characters right now are on the boat. You've probably gathered. Oh my god, you can hear it.
And we got a special gadget, our first spy gadget of the campaign.
Yeah. A mask that is going to make one of you look, facially at least, exactly like a KGB officer who recently defected, but his defection is not widespread knowledge yet, so it serves an effective disguise.
So one of us is posing as the officer, and the rest of us are his military escorts, in theory.
Yeah, so one of you will become
military.
Yeah, you'll be joining the military along with Aggie and Ivdal, who I've just made up.
So what kind of boat are we on? Is this like a small little speedboat that barely fits us, or like a sizable vessel?
It's medium size, like small enough to sort of sneak through this environment basically as you go through this pitch black night water. but not small enough that you cannot sort of get to stretch your legs or at least have room to prepare yourselves.
So it's like a little sloop or something.
Yeah, so it's been quite a trip here already because you've been accompanied here by the transport specialist, Sergeant O. Apparently he's changed his rank upon further perfection. And although his sound ability allows you to get through borders and the like sort of easily, the distance itself is unaffected. So it's been a day or two of this trip to stealthily make your way from the HQ to here, the northern coast of Russia, where you're going to be dropped along the shore with the stand. And from there, get you up to the Winters box, where you will be attending this conference and do what you need to Mr. Colonel Polpov.
I imagine.
So how do we join our intrepid adventurers on this boat?
I imagine Chelsea's already fiddling with the flare gun, just kind of tossing it in her hands and remembering that they were told to fire it off as soon as they got out. This mission sort of has another time limit. And the last one was pretty close, but it seems like this one at least has a little bit more freedom to it.
Wiggle room.
Yeah, wiggle room. That's the word I was looking for. And as they're sailing them by, she's going to just kind of focus her vision on Regent. Both because he is the infiltration specialist for this mission and because he's the one that heard her secret last time.
Could you repeat? I cut out for a second.
Oh, I just said she's looking at you because you're sort of like the focal point of the mission and because you heard her secret. So she's just watching whatever you're doing and fiddling with the flare gun.
No, I'm flattered by the attention, but you don't blink much, do you?
What do you mean by that?
I was joking about your stare.
It's nothing. Just trying to figure you out, Regent. What's the plan then? Do we have anything specific we're going in with, or are we doing this by the books like Neil suggested?
What do you think?
I turn my attention to Dante, since he seems to be the sort of specialist in getting people in and out.
Yeah, remind me, it has been a little bit. Our mission is to assassinate someone, right?
Implicitly, yes. It wasn't said in so many words, but it was sort of...
It's like, figure out what they're talking about at the conference and kill a guy named Polpov.
Okay.
You just want to like get as much information about what he's up to out of him, and then wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He should not be alive anymore.
Two of us can escort Vasilii, and well, the three of us all escort Vasilii inside, and once we're in there, I can try and sneak off to try and get more information while the three of you socialize around and try to, you know, get into get the know of the party that way, you know?
Well,
Vats is going to interrupt at this point. Now, look, I don't know about you guys, but my Russian's a little rusty, okay? I don't know about any socializing, right? I mean, we're guards. We're not going to be the ones that they're talking to.
I'm not much of
Okay, then how about Bats goes with me then? Chelsea, since you are more of a quiet type, you can follow along with Vasilii and just sort of stand imposingly. Shut up. Does that sound good?
Yeah. I'm not great at socializing, but I know how to smile and nod.
Alright.
So it said that there was a some sort of big meeting, right? A big presentation that this Polpov guy's making, huh?
A conference of some sort, I think, yeah.
Well, what about if we let him do his spiel, figure out what this is all about, what he's trying to say, what he knows, and then we cap him right there. I mean, we could have somebody up in an air vent or maybe off to the side. It can't be that hard.
I actually had an idea about that. Slugger, those balls you create with your stand, you can control them, right?
Yeah, depending on what you mean, I could manipulate them freely.
Well, what
that's a good idea. You could spread yourself out through the air vents like that, couldn't you?
exactly.
I can.
And if we can get a time when Polpov's alone, if you can turn him into balls, you can whisk him away through the vents back to the boat, and we can interrogate him there.
I can, but
you can do the same thing to someone else, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So how about me and you infiltrate through that way?
That's actually pretty smart. You guys have the maneuverability and the speed for that, and then we can be the distraction, and if muscle's required, we can try and buy you some time, too, since we're more the heavy hitters.
Considering we'll be in a room full of enemies, I'm pretty sure we're going to have at least 2 of you on standby duty. I could turn them into balls, but that's going to leave me defenseless, and I could move them out. But other than that, I don't know about the air vents, so I'll have to see how big they are.
Right.
I guess the main thing, the real question we need to ask is how many people at this conference will have stands. If it's just Polpov, it shouldn't be too bad, but if there's even a dozen stand users, we could be in serious jeopardy. I don't know how many people will be here.
That's what I'm saying. Do you know where Sergeant O is with those military uniforms? I'm not wearing any dirty.
Here. You hear from Sergeant O at the front of the boat. He's driving.
Oh, that's right. Did you wash these things?
I'm sorry, did you say Sergeant O-Tan? I thought he was Major O?
I got demoted!
That's how it happened? Wait, why? You did such a good job last time.
I disapproved of the military. I demoted myself with resolve in my own heart.
What?
So you disapproved of the military, but instead of...
a man of integrity.
Hold on, instead of leaving the military, you just took on a lower rank?
I'm leaving the military. I never have. I simply admired from a distance.
Wait, do you admire it or do you disapprove of it?
We're almost there.
I look at Chelsea and Bats and I'm like, who is this guy?
I think this is the kind of conversation. So this is like when fucking Yellow Temperance pretended to be Kakyoin, where I'm immediately suspicious now.
Bats is going to take his military uniform and go into the cabin and get changed.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
It seems that it has been washed with some sort of liquid.
Helpful. Does it smell like a human liquid?
It does not.
What does that mean?
Good.
I did not piss on it. Is that if that's what you're asking?
Are they dry?
My uniform is covered in sperm.
Gross. I'm gonna very hesitantly put mine on in the cabin as well.
Yeah, I'm putting mine on.
You lords and ladies ready to go? We're almost at shore, you know.
Do we have to
yeah, I'm all good. I just don't know how I'm gonna fit a baseball bat into this shit. I guess I don't have to bring it, but...
Can't you turn your bat into a ball?
Oh, good idea. And I'm gonna proceed to do that and slip the ball in my shirt pocket.
Nice.
Yeah, big brains.
I like that power. It's so fun. Good stand idea, Dune.
Thank you.
So the boat wrenches to a halt, and you can see the pale shoreline sort of off to the side. Now I'll use my stand to, my stand, of course, which I remember the name of. It is called.
I shoot another glance at Chelsea and Bats as he says that.
My stand's name is Ring. My stand's name is Ringfinger. With this, the tunnel will take you to the vicinity of the Winter's Box, and when I see the flare, I will send another tunnel to the location where it falls. So make sure your aim is good, or else you'll be stuck.
Winter's Box.
The
Winter's called
Box. That's the name of the house, yes.
Since we've decided that Slugger and Driver are going to be the ones sort of grabbing and or killing Polpov and getting out, I will take the flare and hand it to Driver. The flare gun.
All right, I'll stick it and I'll stick it under my belt.
Since we're posing as military escorts too, I'll move my gun, quote unquote, from my boot to my holster since it's not as suspicious anymore.
Well, best of luck, intrepid adventurers.
Since we're posing as military escorts, Regent makes sure that his guns are covered by rolled up sleeves.
By the way, Regent, I appreciate your quick thinking in the last mission. Please don't tackle me again. That was highly uncomfortable, and you were really sweaty and gross.
That's not how I recall being.
You can't get sweaty out here. It's too cold.
Okay, this is clearly like an imposter, right? This cannot be the same guy. How has he changed so much? And how long has it been since the first mission, by the way, time-wise? Like a day, a week?
Like a week or 2 weeks.
2 weeks. What has happened in the last fortnight?
What do you mean? This is Sergeant O. He hasn't changed at all.
Well, first of all, he was Major O before.
Yeah, and
you made it expressly clear he clearly wasn't Sergeant O. And yet now...
now he demoted himself because he was disapproved.
It is genuinely impossible to tell if this is like foreshadowing or if Tan's doing a bit.
Yeah, I truly don't know. But Chelsea, I think, is
he was
already
always
suspicious.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I can't trust Tan.
I guess we'll see when he uses his stand to extract us.
Ring finger! And his stand appears. It's a, let me get his description up here. And the description of it says little sort of like tiny sprites, like Sex Pistol size, wear a pilot uniform with plain rings protruding from the back.
Aww.
It's got a zipper for a mouth and camera lenses for eyes.
That's cute.
And with a snap of its fingers, it creates a it's sort of a freestanding wall on this boat that opens up into a tunnel. That should take you a distance through this little blizzard area here without having to actually freeze to death.
Nice. Regent, why don't you walk in first?
Of course. I am what they might call the face of our little party.
Speaking of, don't forget the mask.
What mask?
The linchpin of this mission. Put on the latex mask.
And he pulls it out of his pocket and puts it on.
So yeah, you feel it sort of settle on your face, almost like you've been told the style works, but it's still sort of a little unsettling. You feel it fuse temporarily with the skin of your face. This will last until you specifically take it off. It will last on its own for about 48 hours. You've been told. So for the time being, you are facially at least identical to recently defected KGB officer Vadim Vorobev.
Question: if it's taken off early, can it be put back on, or will it stop working once it's taken off?
It will stop working.
Gotcha.
So don't fuck around with it.
So you can pull a switcheroo exactly once, and then you have to stick with being yourself.
Damn, that's the hardest challenge of all.
Yes, as Vasilii, is looking into his reflection in the water, he says, I've been disfigured.
Vasilii go one session without having something weird happen to his face.
No, that's the new running gag.
He's like the fucking Boingo from Part 3.
Canoe.
Which one is Oingo again? Which one was Boingo?
Boingo was the older brother.
Boingo is the older one, yeah.
Could fuck up his face.
Boingo is the one with the book that might not actually be a stand.
Oh, we should stay out here all night, Yeah.
I fucking lightly push Regent into the tunnel and then follow him.
Yeah.
I'm walking.
So yeah, you get through the tunnel without incident. It goes on for the distance you've discussed earlier, and it opens up into the vicinity. You're sort of on a road here, basically. It's weird because you went in vertically. Well, no, you went in horizontally, like so, and then the tunnel seems to even though it's a straight line from your perspective, you come out vertically.
Hold on, you went in horizontally, draws vertical line, and then you came out vertically, draws horizontal.
No, this is the entrance. I mean, so the tunnel was horizontal, but
so we're falling out of the tunnel.
No, you have to sort of climb out. Gravity is weird on the way out. Is basically what I mean.
Do you believe in gravity?
So basically, you went in like this, and then you went through a normal tunnel, and then you had to sort of climb out the other side.
Okay.
Just when you get to the earth, and you're on a snow-ridden road And on the horizon, well, not on the horizon, at the top of the hill, you can see this massive old Russian mansion with sort of military vehicles parked around, it seems, from other esteemed guests who have gathered here. This is the Winter's Box.
All right, so we're all entering as a group, but then we're splitting up once inside, correct?
No, something occurs to me. I don't believe Sergeant Al ever actually gave us the name of his KGB agent.
So it is, you have been provided this previously, it's Vadim Vorobev. So that's the name, that's who you're meant to be.
Yeah, I think Tan just forgot.
Well, I did say
there's a tag. There's a tag on the back of the mask.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to snip that off. So yeah, it's up at the top of the hill. As I said, you can see sort of the lights from military vehicles around it. It seems the sort of security details here. But from this distance, you can't really see much more through the snow and the lights, the darkness of the night.
A city on a hill. And Regent goes, or I mean, not Regent, Bob. He certainly remembered the name on the back of the tag. Walks confidently towards the palace.
Okay, so are you all following?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Driver, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, at least with the snow, you can't light any more blunts out in the open."
Ooh, got me there.
Right, okay. So as you approach the Winter's Box, there are some guards already posted by the doors in sort of KGB uniforms holding assault rifles, sort of at attention. They look you up and down as you approach, Regent. Name?
He repeats the name in fluent Russian.
They take out, they like fish around in one of the pockets and take out a piece of paper you can't quite see from your side. But they're evidently comparing your face to an image they've got here. You come inside. Well, he nods back and sort of looks back at your entourage. He seems like he's going to sort of say something about them for a moment, but it seems like he ends up just sort of letting it go. So them as well.
I presume we just go forwards again.
Yep.
So yeah, as you enter the Winter's Box here, it's the darkness outside is replaced. You're bathed in light and warmth, which is quite welcome because even on the few minutes you spent outside this house, it's fucking freezing. And there's people all around. It's very much a party. Well, let's say a party. It's a conference in full swing here. There's people talking lightly. There's servants going back and forth with food and drinks. As you come in, a woman, sort of like a doorwoman, approaches you here. She's wearing like a black suit. She's got tightly wound back red hair and with a bright red tie as well. And weirdly enough, a bright red backpack as well. So like a bulky backpack as well.
Like a hiker's bag?
Oh, a backpack,
yeah,
not a bag.
like she's wearing like formal wear apart from a massive red hiker's backpack. Welcome. You found your way here without much trouble, I hope.
I smile and nod.
Only some good trouble.
Sorry?
Only
Anyway.
some good trouble.
Well, that's what can we all hope for, isn't it?
We are going to die.
She sort of looks at you. Am I right, Mr. Vladimir Vorobev?
What? Was
Say
that
what?
the name he used?
I don't know. You tell me.
You're being tested, Stigma.
Regent would like
That's gonna
to.
poke him.
Regent would like to say that perhaps he had instructed Vulture to write this name down somewhere.
Vulture.
I think you would have to use a luck point. for that.
Vulture will lean in and whisper in his ear, like pretending. You know how like assistants do, and she whispers, "Van Vormine."
And Vormine.
She blinks. Yes, of course. Well, sorry, my list must have been incorrect. Well, welcome to the conference. I'm sure we're very pleased that you've chosen to join us. The Colonel is in his private quarters right now, but he'll be coming out in time for the presentation. It must have been a long trip. Have you? Would you like some drinks, some food?
Is that even a question?
It is, yes.
That I was being rhetorical.
I'm sorry, we like our little jokes here in the KGB. We have fun.
By the way, canonically, are we speaking in English, everybody, right now, or Russian? Like, is this
Russian.
like Jojo rules?
Everyone here is supposedly Russian.
Okay. Do we know
Russian,
Russian, or is that just Regent?
They're speaking Jojo language.
Okay, so we can all speak and understand without
Yeah.
being suspicious. Okay, good.
Except
And that
facts.
Yeah.
I could go for a drink.
Well, the presentation will begin shortly, so please make yourselves at home. If you need anything, please come find me. I'm Colonel Pol Pol's personal everything.
Pardon, I hope this isn't rude, but why do you have such a large backpack with you?
Oh, it's to store my possessions in.
I see. Perhaps it's a
Is it not a
cultural
bit
thing.
uncouth for the occasion?
Cultural? What do you mean by that?
I've just never seen someone do such a thing before. Are you from out of town?
I think this character's an Underrail NPC.
I'm gonna fight under rail.
In Underrail, there's a character who walks around carrying way too much equipment, trying to sell it all. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, yes, cultural difference. I'm sure. Well, anyone can join the military these days, so I'm sure your village is very proud.
Well,
Anyway.
where from the Empire, I mean Union, do you come from?
Well, I personally am from Moscow. I'm a city girl. How about you? How about where are you all from?
I come from Vladivostok.
Leningrad.
Oh, very nice. You? She looks at you, Bats.
Petersburg.
Leningrad. He means Leningrad.
Yeah.
I won't
Leningrad.
tell if you don't. She looks like she's definitely going to tell. Well, anyway, like I said, please make yourselves at home. The presentation will be beginning shortly. If you need anything, come find me or one of our staff. And please enjoy yourselves. We have a great deal to discuss. I think this is going to be a very good opportunity for everyone involved. And with that, she sort of waddles off with her giant backpack.
What? I thought there was a St. Petersburg in Russia.
Leningrad is the name of St. Petersburg between 1924 and 1991.
As we
Well, you can't blame me. I never went to 5th grade.
You dreamt of the
Don't
future.
worry about it. This is very obscure knowledge that I only know because of middle school.
As we walk past, Chelsea would like to attempt to take a finger bone out from her suit pocket and like suddenly place it into one of like the outer pockets of the big backpack.
Absolutely. If you would like to do so, I would suggest that you would roll for that.
Finesse, speed, precision.
Absolutely, finesse, and it's I'd say it's a 2.
All right.
DC 2.
Okay. I underestimated how bad my speed and precision is, so I'm gonna spend 2 luck here pre-roll to give myself a free advantage.
Absolutely.
All right, let me go ahead and do that real quick.
So your luck is E for the time being, then.
Yeah. I just have 1 temporary luck left to spend. Yeah. All right. So that is 2 successes. So something bizarre happens rather than a success or fail.
As you're about to put in there, she sort of suddenly turns around while smacking you with her giant. No, actually, and she smacks you in the face with a giant pat, knocking you to the floor. Oh my goodness! I am so sorry.
I'm going.
She does not notice your attempts, but she seems scandalized at what she has done.
I'm gonna try and play this up to my advantage. And as I'm like rubbing my face, I turn one of like the finger bone I was trying to sneak into a small knife, and I like cut my face to make it look like she cut me. And I go, get me a bandage, quick!
Oh, I'm so sorry. We have an infirmary. If you would please accompany me, I would like to apologize so much. Please don't tell the colonel. I'm so sorry, ma'am. Oh God. Let's go. and panicking, she sort of bustles you along towards the infirmary.
And as she's
Bats is
bustling,
going to accompany her.
as she's bustling me along, I try and I like, you know that scene in that movie where they're like tossing the card everywhere? I spin the bone over to Slugger, and I like, while she's dragging me, I like, you know, look with my eyes and nod towards the backpack.
I like to think that by now, Regent, you know, starting to sip his drink, as he sees Vulture, you know, react that way over what he looks like a tiny cut. He goes and says, "Tall."
Bats is going to go up. What?
I was just gonna ask what Stigma said. I didn't hear him.
He's sipping a drink or something.
Yeah, and as he sees Vulture reacting this way over like a tiny face cut, he goes, you know, playing his KGB toughness, says, "Saw."
Bats is going to go up to the assistant holding the bone in his hand, and like he's gonna place his hand on the backpack and try to like place the skeleton like onto it, and he's going to look at her and he'll be like, "Do you need me to accompany her?"
So I'm going to let you roll a finesse here again, but with advantage as well for the previous planning, and it's now a DC of 1.
You can do
She's very
this.
much distracted.
You can do this.
That is speed plus
precision.
Precision.
Okay.
My thinking is if she becomes an enemy later, we can use that to our advantage. My boy.
Oh, absolutely. You fucking got it. How many above is that? Is one?
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
an
God, I think
overpose,
I'm
baby.
overpose.
Tell us how it
Tell
goes.
me what happens, dude.
So I'm assuming since I get to narrate this one.
Yeah, you tell me
Yeah.
what happens.
Okay.
Do you get a peek
The,
inside the bag with your super success?
The skeleton finger will lift the bag up just a little, like the flap of it, and I get to peer in. What do I see, Tan?
It seems to be a large amount of supply, like clothes, a canteen. There's like rationed meals. There's even like a fluffy coat bundled up as much as possible. It's like everything you would need to go through a blizzard in a backpack, basically.
Nice.
Okay. And I'm going to, as I move my hand back, I'm going to push the finger into the bag itself, so Vulture has control over it.
I give him a straight up like Jojo thumbnail, like, and I mouth like nice.
Oh, you wanted to come as well?
turning- What's that?
You wanted to come as well? Is that right?
Yeah. You know, it's not good to let someone go alone, even within allied territory.
Oh, of course. There are spies everywhere.
Surely you understand the concern for security.
Absolutely. She suddenly seems to be pale a little bit. It seems she may think that you are perhaps here to assess her.
Of course.
To the infirmary,
Just
then,
lead
yes.
us forward.
Absolutely. And she bustled you, both of you, off to the infirmary, where there are some bandages that she can use to perhaps over-enthusiastically bandage up your cuts. Meanwhile, that leaves Driver and Vasilii at the party itself. There's quite a few dignitaries, people perhaps from the intel files you recognise, low-level to mid-level officials within the Soviet Union, the KGB especially. They're talking sort of casually enough, but there's an underlying sense of tension here. Like, this is not a gathering that, strictly speaking, is supposed to be happening.
So there's like a very like dark tone, like people aren't like jovial and conversational. It's like really quiet.
Yeah. Precisely.
Such a menacing atmosphere. What will you two get up to?
Couldn't possibly be a coup, could it?
Now that you mention it, that could totally be what this is. I mean, if they got stando power, I mean, who's gonna stop them?
Another stand user, of course. You know, we need a good stand user to be a bad stand user.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
This is like
Right.
the Soviet Union. They were constantly having power struggles.
Right, I'm going to need to use the toilet really quick. I'll be right back.
Do you want me to pause recording?
If you want, sure.
It is paused. Go.
Okay, so we were last with you guys at the party, Vasilii and Driver at the party, where you noticed this underlying source of tension. Do you have any actions you would like to partake in at the moment?
Not that I can think of. I think the plan going
Okay,
off...
I'm back.
Oh,
I forgot to sing the left to get fish.
yeah, I just got like a second ago as well. I was just saying, is there anything you guys want to do while you're at this tense party?
How does the inside of the place look? Have these ruffians, vandalized the architecture?
It's in pretty good condition. It looks like there might have been some vandalism at some point that has since been repaired since this entourage has sort of moved in.
Acceptable.
But what about from like Vasilii's idea of what vandalism is?
Well,
Which is refurbishing in any way.
And it's unspeakable, unforgivable.
Scandals. I'll never forgive the Soviet.
But yeah, so things seem to be sort of quieting down at the party a little bit as someone steps out from upstairs. A lot of the attention suddenly seems to be focused specifically on this man as he enters the room, and you recognise him from the intel files as Colonel Polpov himself. He's a huge sort of man, at least 6 feet tall, so Jojo sized, and he's got sort of this grizzled sideburns, almost like serrated, I would say, in terms of appearance. Weirdly purple shoulder-length hair, a brown stubble, and a KGB uniform and trench coat. He's got his hands clasped behind his back as he takes a step out. I would ask all of you to please accompany me to the presentation room. All questions will be answered there. Please make no delay.
As I recognize Polpov, I like blink, and one of my eyeballs, what's it called again? The lenses sort of look more like a camera lens than a human lens, very briefly. And I'm starting my recording. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to get some info here that the Speedwagon Foundation's going to want.
Right, okay, so...
To blend in with the locals, Regent, swigs his entire drink at once, chugging it basically.
Oh shit, I just realized, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but pagers would probably be too inconspicuous for this. Did we work out another subtle communication tactic, or are we just going, fuck it, we ball?
If I was fuck it, we ball.
Alright.
Yeah, we have the flare gun. We're balling.
Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah.
Right,
it's too late to talk about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as the Colonel bid, the guests start streaming towards a secondary room. It seems to be sort of this circular chamber with a sort of an elevated platform in the centre, upon which is sitting, two objects are sitting. There's two chairs, one of which is empty. The other is occupied by a man in a white straitjacket, a bald man with sort of anxious eyes flicking to and fro. His hair is he's bald, but it looks like he wasn't bald sort of naturally. It's fallen out in big clumps with just sort of stray hairs poking out. He's got yellow teeth constantly chattering. He's not in a good state, just sort of staring into space as the guests take their seats around it. And as this is happening, Colonel Polpov, even though he's not standing on the platform, he still seems to sort of command attention, speaks. This man is named in our files as Subject 101. He is in possession of what we call a wound. He was not born in possession of such an ability, however. We gave it to him. I'll now tell you how we accomplished such a feat. From this position, you cannot see his hands, but I will tell you. We broke his fingers, and using a stand we have access to, repaired them approximately 2,052 times. As a result, I expect I don't need to tell you that his mental state suffered. However, he then gained access to a certain power. And as he says, he sticks his fingers in the sound that sounds remarkably like the snapping of a finger. The Subject 101 jerks in his seat suddenly, and the chair across from him immediately collapses into pieces. Chair legs, chair back, the seat, all of it just sort of falls into a pile. His ability is called Point Break, and in its natural state destroys any artificial joint it encounters. I must ask you to stay as far back from the platform as you can. In some cases, when he's particularly agitated, this will include human joints, causing the skeleton to collapse in of itself, which I'm sure many of you would prefer to avoid. Now, he is named Subject 101 because prior to him, we had access to 100 separate wound users. These people I cannot bring before you because they are no longer in a state you would consider human. We have concocted, if you will, a wound weapon. A complex construction made out of 100 interlocking abilities. And with the use of several of those wounds, it is capable of striking at any location on the same continent, with similar destructive abilities to what you have just witnessed. My proposal is simple. We use the wound weapon, the location of which is known only to myself, to bargain for certain elevations within our government. And I'm sure many of you agree the current ruling crop is insufficient for the Soviet Union's future. If you do not agree with me, I ask only for your silence. If you would prefer to accompany me on this endeavor, you will be welcomed as a true comrade. I will give you the night to decide, but I expect an answer either way by the time the sun rises. Good evening to you all. And with that, he stomps off, and the Subject 101 is sort of left on the platform with some KGB guards guarding him. You'll know it's a safe distance still. And the guests certainly sort of nervously stream back out of the room.
Specifically, what does the safe distance look like? Like 10 meters, 15?
Like 10 meters.
Okay.
Was there any visible sign when he was about to use his ability? There was nothing like, an outline of something behind him as he was about
Nothing like that, no. It seems like one that's sort of not visible apart from its effects. So as you witnessed, meanwhile, in the infirmary, your face is thoroughly bandaged now, Chelsea. Most of it is not even covering what your minor wound was, but you've been turned into an Egyptian mummy, it seems. Okay, you feeling better? You're not gonna die, right?
I lock eyes with Slugger.
And I nod. And I speak up. Are you loyal to your country?
It's my country. Well, yes, of course, to my country, yes.
Or are you loyal to your superiors?
Did the Colonel send you? What is this?
I'm asking questions, and I think it's in your best interest to answer.
It would certainly help your evaluation.
Of course I'm loyal to my superiors. Colonel Popov is a great man.
So hypothetically, if, say, information was being passed around among the ranks, what would you do if you caught wind of a leak?
A leak to who? A leak to what? What is this? I don't get
Information from one caste to another. Sensitive information. You wouldn't know anything about this? You wouldn't do anything about it? I mean, surely if...
Well, if I found about that, I'd kill them, definitely. On the spot.
Right, but...
Do you know anything like that? Who's been talking?
Let's just say this, ma'am. It appears that your superior might be suspecting you, so I suggest you answer my colleague's questions for the sake of your evaluation, and I suggest you answer them truthfully. Because right now, your score's already not looking so good.
Boss, what's your questions?
I'm asking you if you know any information that's been passed around about this conference outside of the ones who were able to attend.
Absolutely not. The people who aren't coming, we made sure... Well... Colonel Polpov doesn't like to be denied. We made sure they wouldn't be saying anything, you understand?
Then it doesn't make sense that we already dispatched 4 or 5 enemy agents that attempted to infiltrate this very conference. Now, where would they get that intel from?
Well, I'm not sure.
Because Colonel Polpov specifically gave out false information that could be easily traced back to whoever was given it. Wherever the leak sprung from, we'd know.
I'm gonna put a hand on her shoulder and lean in, and I'm gonna say, let's just cut to the chase, shall we? If it's not you, then give us a name. If you can't give us a name, then it's you.
Damien Hevelel, he's been sending letters. I saw him the other day with a messenger pigeon. I don't know who he's talking to.
What was
And that British guy.
Eamon Heavenel, British guy.
Damien Hevenel.
Damien Heavenel. And also a British guy.
You said he's British. What does he do here?
Damien's one of the cooks, but the British guy, he's been at the party. Colonel Popov invited him apparently, but no one knows who he is apart from Polpov. He's not from me. He's British. He's not from Soviet Union. No one knows who he is.
Then the information that we tracked from you maybe got lost through the grapevine and ended up in his hands. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just telling you who's suspicious. I don't know.
Understood.
British guy's been knighted. Was this the new law?
I thought you said he was knighted. All I know is he's been knighted. What did you say then?
He's been at the party. Is where he
I
is.
thought you said he's been knighted.
I heard he was knighted too.
Yeah.
New law.
All right.
All I know, I don't know his name, but I know he's a knight.
All right. Thank you for
There's
your
a full suit of
cooperation
armor.
then. I'm glad that we don't
just-
have to mark suspicion on your evaluation.
I can get Damien to talk to you if you'd like. If you want to wait here.
Where is he?
Oh, he's in the kitchen right now. I can go get him.
No, I think you'll be staying here.
Okay.
I lock eyes with Slugger in such a way that we can communicate with our glances.
Oh,
alone.
Jojo telepathy.
Is he telling me
Yeah.
to that it's time to knock her out, or is he saying he's going to go grab her?
We're gonna do both. You're going to knock her out, and then we're gonna try to go find this book, or at least explore.
All right. I am going to turn the finger that was snuck into her backpack into a knife, and I'm going to have it spear into her heart.
Okay. I'm going to need you to make a roll for that. What would you guys say, maybe?
That's a good question.
Strike, power and precision, I would say.
Okay. Any advantages?
Well, it's an opposed roll, so I will give you an advantage for the ruse that got you here.
Okay, cool. So I believe that's 8d6 for me, with 1 advantage. That is 2 successes.
Okay, and that will be against a roll of...
And for future reference, what's a reaction? Because I think we're supposed to get the reaction before
sorry.
we roll, because there's a luck ability related to that.
Yeah, it's going to be pluck and durability. So that will be 86.
Alright, should beat it out.
So yeah, it should be over quite a bit there, yeah.
Give me
2
one
versus
second.
3.
She got 3 to my 2. And I assume
Yes.
this is the turn order?
You would assume right there, yes. So yeah, you go to thrust this in, and you feel you expected to feel like soft flesh and the spine behind the knife, but instead it's like something hard sort of blocks it and deflects it even, and the knife goes firing out the backpack, like almost like this, and you see that it's been thrown by a wiry sort of patchwork hand that came out. Like I say patchwork, not as in the sense that it's like Frankenstein, but I mean literally it's got like a patchwork wallpaper pattern on this humanoid hand.
Like a cloth.
Yeah, cloth texture to this hand.
Okay, my eyes widen and I go, Slugger, now!
I knew it. I knew you two were suspicious.
Oh, no.
Should I give my reaction now? Or is there a turn?
I assume Backpack's gonna get a chance to act first in true villain fashion.
Yeah. So she turns around to look at you, and she's suddenly much more menacing because she is now an enemy. She's posing back at you.
Yeah, her eyes are like rolled up close to the top, and the menacing symbols are appearing.
Like, hey. She goes, dirty work. Push them into paste.
Ooh, dirty
and
work.
you hear, it doesn't like actually do anything, it just sort of twitches in the air, that hand, but you hear like some grinding sound, and when you glance up, you see that checkwork pattern has sort of spread across the entire ceiling that is now slowly lowering down on you all.
Oh god, who's she attacking with that, or is that just her action?
Well, that just seems to have begun, but she herself sort of lunges down, and her the hand coming out of the backpack grabs a scalpel from the medical supplies and hurls it towards you, Vulture.
Alright.
And the music part has gone down, which is why I'm suddenly silent, by the way.
As my reaction, I'm gonna try and quickly, like, I put my hands to the bed and push up and try to kick it out of the way with my foot.
Okay, so she is going to be rolling snipe here.
Alright, what should I roll?
Precision.
Maybe trick shot, because I'm trying to kick it away or something? Or impulse?
Sure. Whatever you like. Well, you tell me, and I'll say
if you're going to give me impulse, that's 96, I'll take it.
Well, interception you can do as well. What?
Interception, what's that?
That's durability and precision.
Durability and precision, I'll take it. 70... Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, 76. Okay.
Okay, she's rolling her 5 first.
And then Tanhoney will surely put music on. Smile.
Well, I just told you the music bot's down.
Oh, fuck. I got 1 success in...
Against her 2.
Yeah, so I take a hit there.
So he slams into your shoulder there, this scalpel. With a surprising strength and speed.
Shit! Imagine I
You
fall back.
thought you could bully me, right? Just like everyone else, but I'm the second in command. You can't talk to me like that. Gods!
Oh, shit. Slugger, do something!
And now it is Slugger's turn.
It's time to turn her voice into balls so that she can't call out.
Yeah, I'm going to scream the Clash, and my stand will appear in full glory for the first time in this campaign. It is a small red and white humanoid, kind of stout, like built like a dwarf, and for each of its limbs, it has a cannon attached to it, a white cannon. Where the rubber balls will come out of, and I'm going to fire a bullet directly at her in an attempt to turn her to balls before her call can be answered.
Right. Okay. So, are you turning her entirely into balls with this, or like
it's gonna be it's aiming for the head.
You know
Right,
that
okay.
guy in the Berserk God Hand who's got like chubby cheeks and he floats around?
Yeah.
That's what I imagine, but red and white with cannon heads and legs.
I'll have to do an MS Paint drawing of him.
Yes. All right. So what is he hitting?
you go for the head, so I'd say that's snipe, which is
Yeah,
looking for.
All right.
Going for head.
Before he rolls, what is her reaction?
Her reaction, she's going to try and throw herself out, which is a dodge.
Okay, cool.
So she's going to try body and wit.
All right. Show us what you're made of, Slugger. I keep almost wanting to say Billy because the name has a B in it. Still.
Right. And you said body and wit, right?
She's rolling body and weight. Yeah, you're rolling. I believe it was pluck and precision.
Ooh, pluck and precision. That's good for you, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 96 for you.
Yeah, it's a 96.
Get her ass! Alright, so that's
Okay.
1 success from you and 1 from her. So I think she does... Does that block or does she get the hit? I don't remember.
Let's have a look.
Hit difference, hit table. So there's no hit difference, so you, like, hit her, but she doesn't take a hit of damage.
Yeah, so she sort of jerks her head back, and it brushes past her chin. Maybe like like her the bottom of her chin sends lots of tiny balls.
One ball comes out.
Boop.
Yeah, like lots of tiny like marble-sized ones.
Okay. Damn it! I'm going to still attempt to absorb those balls back into the cannon, so I have ammunition.
Okay. And as her turn goes back again, rather than attack once more, she charges for the fucking door, like ignoring the two of you completely. It seems.
Alright.
And
So
she's going to try rolling for a race here, basically speed and block.
my reaction is I'm going to try and jump out and, like, trip her with my leg before she can get to the door.
Okay, what should you think you should roll for that?
I would assume either cripple or intercept.
I'll allow either, whichever you want to do.
I will go with cripple for sure. That's power and wit, so that's like 10d6 for me.
Okay, so you're rolling 5d6 for her running then.
Yeah, and I assume this wouldn't deal a hit to her, but just would like stop her from succeeding.
Yeah.
Alright, I got 1, 2, 3
Well, if you're tripping
hits.
now, I'll count that as a hit because you're going to fall on the fucking face.
Okay. I got 3 successes.
Yeah, she got 1. So yeah, that trips her up. She smacks her head on the door handle and falls to the floor. There's blood flowing from her temple, but she's not quite downed.
As it goes back to my turn...
Is this bloody tears, Tan?
It is actually, yeah.
As it goes back to my turn, I'd like to do a dual heat. So for my half of the action, as I'm getting up from the bed, grab the ball that Bats turned his bat into earlier from his pocket, and I throw it at her head, and then I let Bats finish up.
Okay, so you're throwing it. I would say that will be precision from you.
Yeah, and then can you
Okay.
turn it back into a bat as is, or does it have to go in your cannon?
No. I can turn it. I can manipulate anything that's already been turned into a ball.
Alright.
Will.
Perfect. So you tell me what you're doing with that ball once I toss it at her.
Well, once you toss it, I'm going to try and turn it back into a bat once it hits its impact point.
Mm.
And I think that would constitute the entirety of my action, right? Or could I do
Well,
more?
it's dual heat, so
So
yeah, I would say
basically,
you-
we each roll from a dice pool of ours.
Ah, okay,
So this is
And then
technically
one-
my action. I'm giving you half of it.
okay. And once
this is the last of my action. Please receive it.
okay, with the ball thrown, I'm then going to take out my handgun and attempt to just unload into her in general. Just
Alright.
one. Actually, no. That would be too loud. One shot to the leg.
All right, so
Okay.
you're turning it into a bat on her head, right? Or are you
Yes.
just using it as a distraction to shoot her for the second half?
We're basically guaranteeing that something hits. If she gets hit in the leg, then she still, can't
Alright.
get anywhere. And the bat's going to presumably knock her out. So
his
both of-
power and my precision, then?
I would say so, yeah. And she is going to try and scramble up and once again get out of this room.
All right, what's your power? Because my precision's only 3d6.
So she's going to be rolling again for sort of.
Wait, what'd you say she's doing for her reaction?
She's trying to crawl back up and just get out the door again.
I'm
So
gonna
again,
spend
from-
my last luck as a feint. So instead of throwing the ball at her head, I see him aiming for the leg, and what I do is I throw the ball towards where he's aiming so that he can like shoot that bat into her with even greater speed and power.
Very
Would that
nice.
work like that?
Absolutely, it would.
Don't question it.
Okay.
Does that
So I'm shooting at the bat?
does that afford
Yeah.
us any
You
advantages?
shoot the bat. I'll give you an advantage. That's fucking sick.
All right, so your power and my precision. Let's do it, Dune.
Okay.
All right, so I roll
Mine's
3d6, you roll 46.
46.
Yeah,
Okay.
and 4, 5s, and 6s are hits, so I got 1 hit on mine. and you got 1 hit on yours, so 2 hits from us.
Yep. So she's rolling a 5d6 for her race here.
Damn!
Oh. God
So
damn.
she's sort of surging up. She overposed after. No, she didn't. Well, she did very well. She suddenly, it looks like she's slowly getting up, and then as you do the other move that fires it, the hand of the stand lashes out and catches the ball in midair.
That's sick.
Even with the force of the bullets. And it's like you each get cut out of your shocked reactions, I imagine.
Yeah, I imagine it like cuts to our faces and like mentally I'm like, she's tough.
Massacre!
Her resolve! Is it this great?
she suddenly has like Pesci resolve. It's like I was trusted with keeping the party going smoothly. I'm not gonna let you tit stains get in the way.
Tit stains.
What the hell is with this broad? Why the fuck can't it hit her?
And with her successful race, she just pull that door open, alerting the 2 guards outside.
Oh shit, hold on, let me change the roll order.
2 KGB officers do enter. I'm surprised with their assault rifles pointing towards you. Meanwhile, though, while you're doing that, we will swoosh back to the party, where the presentation has just ended, and Vasilii and Driver has you 2 witnessed.
Right.
We don't hear any sudden loud noises, do we?
You hear like there's no gunshots or anything, but you do hear like stomping somewhere.
That's not enough to be suspicious. So we got that information. The question is, how are we going to actually assassinate Popov?
It'll be tricky for sure.
Where did you say he went, Tan?
Well, he's still sort of talking with some people at the actual party now, and as the 2 of you do enter the room, he looks towards you, Vasilii, and sort of beckons you over.
Right.
He recognizes a man of distinguished character.
Vorobev, you made it.
On over.
Vorobev, you made it. I'm glad to see the blizzard did not prove too arduous.
Did you say Borobev?
Vorobev, yeah.
That's not what my notes.
I might have said the name wrong. I think it is Borobev.
Well, we'll run with it in character. Yes. Of course. No storm can stop me.
That's what I like to hear. I was hoping to meet you, actually. Would you care to speak with me in my office?
Of course, of course. And, you know, he gives, Drive a little look, you know, signaling, you know, maybe follow us, tail us.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you, like, openly following, or are you, like, going to wait for a little bit of distance there, so you're not, like, obvious?
I'm gonna keep it at a distance, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, Popov sort of leads you down the hallway, Vasilii, up the stairs and towards his office. Most of those people down there are bureaucrats, like the ones we're trying to cast down. But I can tell you, Mr. Vorobev, you're a man of action, a person who's seen the real world. I read your file.
Yes, a new era is coming. One will sweep the board clean of these doddering old men.
Absolutely. I knew I was right to invite you, man. And he opens the door into his office, and it's a strange sight as you walk in. One side of the room is completely normal, like a desk, wooden sort of cupboards, wardrobes. The other half is sort of entirely taken up by sort of taxidermied heads of wolves, like almost like 17 of them if you count them, just lining the entire wall. Please take a seat. I have some vodka if you care to partake.
I've had some to drink already, but it's as they say in the motherland, which we are actually in right now.
Yes, we are.
Never enough.
As he pours you a glass.
It's true. That's what they say in the motherland.
So the door has closed behind you. So driver, you're sort of outside this room where they're having their little meeting. But you do notice there is someone else sort of waiting outside as well. A strange-looking man, sort of leaning against the wall, smoking a cigarette as he looks out at the blizzard outside. He's sort of gangly. He's got sallow skin and a widow's peak. He's wearing a business suit like most of the people here. But you notice that when he takes a puff of his cigarette, his teeth seem to be filed down to points.
Oh my god! I knew when you said widow's peak. I already knew.
It's Jaws. It's Jaws from James Bond.
I was thinking vampire the second he said widow's peak, and then the teeth.
He sort of nods to you as you come.
Mine. You got a smoke for me?
Absolutely, my friend. He sort of opens up his cigarette box. Cigar box.
As he's looking for the cigarette, I briefly glance around for. Is there like any ventilation that could lead into that room?
It's hard to tell where it would lead, but there are like vent covers near the ceiling.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to send. I'm gonna send Proto-Men up into the ventilation to try and get a view into the room with Regent and Popov and record their conversation.
Absolutely. So you do not much trouble. I want you to roll for. So how are you going to do this? You send it up like through the your guy? Just climb up the wall and like climb in.
Maybe maneuver?
Yeah, let's try and maneuver up there.
Okay.
It's going...
Body and speed, yeah.
Body and speed, yeah, okay.
So you're just sort of climbing up the wall and climbing in there very, very sort of quickly.
Yeah. I'm just sending my stand up there. I'm not going with them.
Yeah, it's a 1. It's a 1 DC there, so...
Oh, heads up, I noticed Wait, did you move one of your stand points into your user points, Jack?
No?
I think you're at 22 instead of 21.
Let me see. That's 15, then... Oh, you're right. Hang on, let me fix that.
Yeah, no worries.
I'll move my menacing down to 46, or... Yeah, sure, whatever. Actually, no. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care.
Okay, so yeah, it's 1 DC for this, so...
oh shit, not what I was meant to do.
I was like, oh my god.
What happened?
Unheard of.
Yeah,
needless to say, you fucking ace it.
So
yeah, you actually tell me. You can over those.
As he reaches down, my like shadow briefly flickers, and Proto-Men speeds up to the ceiling in the blink of an eye and slides into the air vent, quickly scuttering around to find an entrance to Popov's quarters. And by the time he's gotten the cigarette out of the box, I have my lighter in my hand, like flicking it around my fingers.
You're not a familiar face here. You just got to the party?
Yeah, I'm the escort for one of the nobles here.
Nobles? Well, I think we have those in my country. I'm not sure they'd appreciate that here in the Union, my friend.
I know, but I call it like I see it, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a rare quality. Where are my manners? Micah Jag. How are you?
I'm doing great. What brings you to this party?
Oh, I'm something of a sponsor, if you will. It's a beautiful country, though, don't you agree?
Yeah, it sure is. I look out into the snow and like huff a bit of smoke. Crazy to believe how big this country really is, and it has so many scenes like this.
The whole world, really. I imagine you could go anywhere on this big blue globe of ours and find something incredible. So it takes a little marble out as if to illustrate his point, starts spinning it on his fingers. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. You do a lot of traveling?
Oh, absolutely, for my work. I'm a spy, you see.
Sure it's okay to tell me that?
Absolutely. I won't tell if you won't. I imagine you're in the same line of work.
Ha. Fair enough.
Well, I must be going. I shan't be seen here again.
You have a good evening.
You too. By the way, have you seen this? And he holds up the marble for a second and spins it in a manner most peculiar. I'm going to need you to make a withstand. Well, what do you think? What do you think? Like a mental roll here. I'm trying to find focus. Your reason and pluck. I'm going to need you to make.
Okay.
Against.
It's a vampire with spin.
Speed and precision. You got 2 successes right there?
Yeah, you wanted me to do reason and pluck, right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I beat... Oh, no, it's even.
Ooh,
so you feel like... You feel like a cloudy sensation in your head for a moment as he does that strange spin. So he doesn't seem to have any lasting effects, but by the time like you like focus again, he has walked off. You're not quite sure what that was about.
Huh.
Meanwhile, we go back into the office, and you're getting this in your recording, of course, Driver. So as you've both drank your glasses of vodka here. Good night for such proceedings. I feel like the snow helps one focus when you agree.
An endless expanse of white. Not a drop of red in sight.
Ready to be painted over with the dreams of all humanity.
And what might your dream be?
My dream? Nothing much. I simply want my nation to continue on unimpeded. I've been given terrible news recently. News that spurred my most recent course of action.
Oh, what might that be?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
Well, how about we play a game then? I'll tell you something if you tell me something.
Oh, and what might you want to know?
Well, which sent you? The Americans or the Soviets?
Myself, of course. I believe I have my own 2 legs. Oh, the music.
I'll ask you again. Did the CIA rats send you, or my KGB traitors? Is Vorobov dead?
I think, Regent's starting to catch on. You insult me. Neither the CIA, which is true, nor any KGB traitors, which is also true, sent me.
You're not a liar, I can tell that much. At least, you're not lying about that. Very well, I set the rules, I'll play along. I met a man recently, one who can tell the future. He proved it to me beyond doubt. And then he told me of my nation's ruin. The bureaucrats leading it into devastation. I shan't allow it. I'll take control for myself and prevent such an outcome. Isn't that what any good patriot should do?
Was this future teller a wound user?
Hardly. They're nothing but pawns, tools to be, well, most of them aren't even capable of controlling their abilities. It takes true strength of character to conquer one's past, I've found. Do you like them? The wolves? He nods over to the taxidermied heads.
They're very furry.
Well, that's true, I suppose. As a lad, I was beset by a pack of wolves hunting with my father. They tore his head off while I watched, and I dreamed of that fur for years afterwards. I could only sleep soundly against was I hunted down the whole pack with my own hands. That's how I gained control of myself.
Oh. And that was like a gesture for him to continue.
He does not continue.
Oh.
He's gonna hold the silence and hope this guy cracks first from the awkwardness.
He stares at you.
This is thrilling television.
Perhaps
maybe we should have them roll something to like who breaks their focus first.
Okay, I was gonna say
like a focus opposed roll to see. Who
Yeah,
cracks.
I was literally thinking that this is actually a fucking Disco Elysium.
You know what?
chat.
Actually, this would be a perfect time for a pose roll. Yeah, pose versus
Absolutely.
pose.
You know that could also work with my idea of them just taking a shot every time they're talking.
Yeah, so he's gonna pose at you first, and you're gonna pose at each other, and we'll see which one is more menacing. So that pose is body and menacing here. So that's a 96 from Colonel Polpov.
It's a 96 for you too. You got this.
That's 3 successes, I believe. Your pose is astounding. Please describe it to me.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Your pose is victorious. Please describe the pose you made.
He only
Yes,
gets two.
yeah.
He only gets two.
This is the pose. I just
over-
want to know what the pose is.
Regent. He doesn't move much. He just stares coldly into oh god, I forgot his name.
Colonel Polpov.
Polpov.
Obov. The Obov's eyes.
Oh.
As he mentions, the strength that conquers one past. He sees something in Regent's eyes. Something cold, but not quite dead. As he takes a shot of the vodka.
Damn, you're good. They sent their best, it seems. Well, we can do this a little bit differently. He lifts his hand up. He's holding a gun to you from under the desk. Now, who sent you? Before we proceed with that, we're back downstairs in the fight against these two guards and backpack.
All right, I believe it was your turn, Slugger.
Yeah, Slugger's turn.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to overlay the Clash's arms, the cannons, over mine, and fire bullets that will turn these guards into balls.
Okay. Well, you can target one at a time though, because
well, I can't overlay like both. Like.
Okay. Okay. Let me think. Because for gameplay purposes, it's like. Okay.
We could say for balance that he tries to fire at both and hits one, assuming that one doesn't react successfully.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be fucking insano mode here. You're gonna do a normal roll here, and if you clear this normal roll, you'll be able to hit both. If you fail it, you'll be able to hit one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
also,
say,
Ed, is the ceiling collapsing in on
it is
us?
still lowering. However,
I already am feeling like the best win condition here is like when our backs are against the wall and it's super low, you just turn the ceiling to balls and it rains balls.
Well, what I'm planning on doing is crushing the assistant with the ceiling. I'm assuming that will still affect her, right?
You can say.
Presumably. I mean, that could explain why she's trying to leave the room.
Right, exactly. So we'll just, what am I rolling, Tan?
So we trick shot there for the normal roll. So wit and precision, and I'll say you need a 2 for this. 2 successes.
You got this.
That's a 96, definitely. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, actually, you just got it. Yeah. So yeah, roll. You can roll your attack for both of these guys then. So and they're going to Well, they're gonna
If they can't see the stand, I
There's
assume.
can't be a stand.
I assume they
just sort
just withstand, right?
Withstand, yeah. So plucking durability for these two young men.
Oops.
Well,
I
at
didn't
the moment,
realize.
withstand, they just use. Well, they don't have durability, so I'll just give them like pluck and let's say body.
All right. What is our boy Dune rolling?
He's rolling. Well, he's trying to shoot them, so I'd say that's snipe. Pluck and precision.
Got this. Three hits.
Yep.
Okay, this is the first guard,
He only got one.
and then this is the second guard.
And he got three. So that means one of them takes a hit, and the other got hit by the balls but doesn't take a hit of damage.
So yeah, you slam into one, and one of them goes flying, conscious against the wall. The other, it's incredible. He stands firm. The ball hits him in the chest. He sort of slides backwards along the ground, and he just escapes.
What I was attempting to do here was fire the bullets that could turn them into balls.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm trying to figure out how that would fail.
Yeah, assuming the same outcome.
So one of them does become balls. The other, only his vest becomes balls, leaving him shirtless as he slides back along the ground. He
Okay.
adjusts his cap and goes, "Don't underestimate the KGB."
Holy shit.
That's it, man. So, whose turn is it? Slugger just went, so it's the guard's turn now, I guess.
Yeah, it's time for his rebuttal.
This is my resolve, he says, and he takes out his assault rifle and points at you, Slugger,
Oh, Jesus.
and fires.
What's your reaction, my friend?
So
I
he's
will
going to be
turn
rolling.
my.
towards
I will.
snipe.
It's coming at my face, right?
Yeah, so he's rolling. Well, not snipe exactly because he doesn't have a stand, but he's rolling his wit and body here for 4d6 to hit you.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to turn my face into balls.
Okay. So I would say bamboozle then. That's putting menacing.
Wit and menacing. Okay.
Show me just how menacing you really are.
Oh yeah.
Damn. He puts any good effort, but as he fires, it's almost like the Bruno moment where he zips his head. Your head becomes balls, and the bullets strike the wall behind you. The bullets are very loud. You do hear it in the office Vasilii, and you do hear it in the hallway driver. That someone is firing an assault rifle. Somewhere here.
Right. Well, Vasilii is in more immediate danger, as far as I can tell, and Polpov is the main priority. So until I'm going to try to get a sneak attack on Polpov pretty soon, so you can just continue with this combat for now.
Okay. Alright. In that case, Vulture is gonna take her gun out from its holster and try to shoot at Backpack again.
Right. Okay. So sniping her.
Sure. That is precision and pluck.
Yeah.
So for me, that is 76.
So her hand lashes out in an attempt to avoid. She grabs the unconscious cage and holds him up in front of her as a human shield of intercept, so durability and precision.
Alright, I got 4 live dice on mine.
So she's got a roll of 76 here.
Hell yeah. I imagine
So
it goes...
too slow.
I imagine it goes through the body she held up and then continues to spear towards her, into her shoulder or something.
Yeah, and you catch her in the shoulder. She seizes onto it with her stand hand and she staggers backwards. Damn you!
You made a mistake in trying to fight us. You should have just played along. That way you would have only had to be knocked out. But now, and I fucking make a gesture slitting my throat, we have to kill you.
I'd go out like this. And she sort of, a bizarre movement, she sort of swings around like a ballerina and points her shoe towards you. For a second, nothing happens, and you're just looking at like the sole of her shoe. But then that strange checkmark pattern that's on the ceiling also appears on the shoe, and basically it's a strange thing to describe. So let's go into the whiteboard so I can show you what happens here.
Yes, please illustrate.
This is you.
Okay.
That's you. This is her. He's pointing a shoe at you. So it's normal like that, and then a second later, like so fast like a butt. It's only the sole of the shoe extends like that to fucking hit you.
All right.
Oh, it's like that one stand in part 8 with the high heels.
No, it's the entire sole of the shoe is what's happening here.
All right.
Yeah.
So like the ceiling is lowering, her shoe also lowers in a sense towards you.
So, for mine, I'm going to try and withstand, and like what happens is for a second, Slugger sees these like two, pale gray fleshy arms with like skin slopping off appear in front of her, and like like that cross motion when you're blocking a hit in boxing, kind of, and tries to like block the shoe.
She's rolling cripple here, by the way.
All right. Should I roll withstand or?
Sure.
Okay. So I think that's 8d6 for me. All right. So I got 4 successes.
Did you?
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's a 6 as well. So yeah, you managed to sort of withstand this. It's strange where it does hit you, like in between your crossed arms. There's a weirdly deep squirt indentation in the shape of a sole. It doesn't hurt at all. It's like that part of your arm's flattened.
And I imagine that reflects onto my actual arms now. It's like my arms are flat. I'm like, ah!
But there's no like actual pain or physical damage, it seems, apart from the fact that your arms are flopping.
Do my arms still function, or do they have too much difficulty to aim now?
I may give you a disadvantage if you try and use aim here.
Perfect. Fair enough. All right, and with that, it goes back to Slugger. Or wait, no, that was... Yeah, it's Slugger's turn, right?
Not the guard.
Because that was
no,
Backpack's attack, right?
Yeah, that was, yes. It's Slugger's turn.
Okay. With my head now turned into balls, they're and the guard turned into balls. There are a plethora of balls bouncing around.
Oh my god, what will he do?
Dune?
Oh my god, the enemy stand got him. He got flattened.
We lost him. I can't believe we really lost him.
The second someone sees King Crimson, they've already disappeared from this world.
Can you guys hear me?
Now we
Oh, you can hear now.
Okay, I'm sorry. What part did I get up to?
You said plethora of balls and then cut off.
Okay, hold on.
What is he doing?
Am I good now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to split the balls into 2 sections, and I'm going to have one go for the guard itself, and one go for the backpack. So they're like firing at full velocity in both directions.
Okay, there's going to be the same rule here then. That I'm going to you have to pass a normal trick shot to fire at both, otherwise you have to choose.
Sounds good.
So this is going to be a free DC as well, because I feel like I was a bit too easy last time.
Okay.
So that's wit and precision you don't want to get free on.
That's a pass. That's a hit.
Can't be stopped. Can't be stopped.
Unbeatable.
So yeah, backpack is going to sort of try and dodge that with body and wit. So that's a 7d6.
God damn. She got 5 hits.
Yeah.
And what's our boy Dune rolling in the guard?
Dune, you'll be rolling. Well, you sort of just like converging these massive amounts of balls on both of them. So I'd say overkill maybe. And the guard
That is
again going
Medicine
to
power.
withstand here. So he's going to do his equivalent of withstand, which in this case is
Body and pluck, I think you said.
yeah, body and pluck. So he's going to roll
Holy
5.
shit.
Dune got Oh my god, he actually beat her. He got like 6 successes.
Oh my god. And this is,
So she's
He got
taken
one.
3 hits now, right?
yeah.
Alright, that's good for us. So I think you hit both of them.
You have to roll a separate overkill for the second guy, remember?
Oh, my bad.
But
Got this,
I can't imagine a world in which this does not hit.
I'm rolling another overkill.
Yeah, so they guard as well.
Easy.
Yeah, easy. Oh my god, he's on a roll.
So,
So yeah,
I would like to remind you that the hit difference is based... Like, how brutal the hit is based on the difference. So I think Dune got 4 more than him, which the book describes as a debilitating, like slicing someone's arm off or something.
yeah. So as the balls converge on the KG officer, he smiles softly and takes out a cigarette and lights it. He goes, "I'm coming home, mother." And then the balls strike him from all directions and crush his bones.
No!
Jesus Christ.
And he falls to the ground, retired. Also, the stand user is also defeated. She goes flying from the fucking balls and slams face first into the ground. Immediately, the ceiling stops descending and lowers back up to its original height.
I go over to her and check her
Lowers
pulse.
back up to it.
No, it raises back. That was my mistake. Non-Euclidean.
What were you saying, Dune?
I go over to her and check her pulse.
It is soft but alive.
Okay. And
Finish
then
her off.
I'm gonna turn to Vulture. What do you think? Extract her? She might know some shit.
I think about it for a moment. I say, well, if we still have to fight Polpov, I'm gonna need at least 1 corpse. And I look to between the guard he just crushed and her, and I say, whose life do you think is more valuable?
Take the guard. I'm saying that we take the assistant with us back to HQ.
Got it. Can you turn her to ball so she can't react?
Of course. And I turn her to balls.
And as he does that,
It sounds like an innuendo. I'm not sure for what.
as he does that,
You're going to fucking Brazil.
balls to you. And as he does that, I put a bullet through the guard's head, and then I convert his
There's
body.
a rapid flashback of his entire life.
Yeah. I hit skip on his Demon Slayer backstory flashback. I put the bullet between his eyes, and then I convert his body into a bunch of like tiny pieces and sort of slip it under my suit like an exoskeleton.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, we go back upstairs to Polpov, who is pointing a gun at you, Vasilii. How do you respond to this?
And here I thought we were just having a friendly chat.
There can be no friendliness without guns for men in our profession, I find.
That's how it always is, and he starts rolling up his sleeves.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
afraid so. And he clicks back to safety.
Can
Shall we
you,
begin,
like,
then?
turn his gun into a slingshot? What would happen if you devolved a gun?
We only one way to know.
Are you going to try and do it?
Okay, so how far is he from,
You're very close, both of you are, both on either side of a desk right now.
Okay, and how far behind, my guy are the wolf pelts?
Well, the wolves are to the side of you right now. They're across the room, but they're not like that far away. You could get out your chair and jump for them, basically.
Okay. Well, this guy doesn't know.
Can I say
About-
something out of character, Stigma?
Yeah, I guess.
If you let him fire the gun, I will be able to use that against him.
But I also might get shot.
That's correct. I'm just saying.
It's a risk. It's a risk that Dante is willing to take.
I'm just saying.
Well,
You tell
I
me.
guess we'll just have to settle this like how the men do it in the West.
Perhaps I'll show you how we do it in the Soviet fucking Union. And he pulls the trigger.
And that as he pulls the trigger, it seems now there's a more visible manifestation of fade into you emerging from Regent. Seems there's a red humanoid, it seems like this muscle fiber is visible, like no skin, with like cyclopic helmets and what looks to be like, you know, those tubes used in like blood transfusions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are like running along its back, and it's basically going for like the bullet deflection / aura move.
Okay. Well, you said it yourself. Roll for an aura there, and that will be against a strike from this man, because from this distance he's not sniping you.
Hey, that'd be what, speed and
Aura is speed and power, yeah. And that'll be going up against power and precision here.
Try to become balls. He put it in the wrong channel, but he got 3 live dice.
Okay, that will go up against... Oh, another 3 live dice here.
So Stigma doesn't take damage, but it technically hits him.
Okay. How the fuck does this happen with a gunshot? Okay. So, you technically hit... You like, karate chop it out of the air, and sort of it chips your stand's hand and goes a little cut, but you manage to avoid it without too much injury there, and the bullet thuds into the ceiling.
Okay. And then, in the blink of an eye, Proto-Man descends from the ceiling, puts the, recording of that gun straight to Polpov's temple, and says, Jotaro Kujo, your daughter is your weakness. And he
steps behind.
And fires the gun.
He falls down to the ground as his brains are blasted out.
Wait, that easy?
You did it. Congrats.
oh,
There's something wrong.
User?
His body collapses to the ground. You never even got out the shirt.
Something's wrong here. Proto-Man immediately looks to Regent and says, something's wrong here. This shouldn't have been that easy.
Regent walks up and gently, you know, kicks the body in the stomach, seeing if it's a bluff.
As you touch the body with your foot, it suddenly bulges the stomach unnaturally. Like, is it like warping underneath your foot, basically? Something inside it is moving, and the swelling of it is bizarrely significantly larger than the actual body is. Like, somehow something bigger than him is moving around inside his corpse. And before you can do anything else, his mouth suddenly wrenches open, just like unhinging, and a giant arm, much like your own stand, of just sort of solid musculature, like the musculature that was formed several human arms, like focused into one giant arm, like emerges from his throat as something drags itself out. A giant fucking, what to your eyes, a giant skinless werewolf. He was around 6 feet tall. This is around 8 feet tall, and it looks down at you with like bulging eyes, like those of a dead fish. It's a big.
That's not good.
Oh shit, is this a remix of Zawa Zawa?
That's the emotion you are feeling when you see this, yes.
Oh god. Does this make any noise that Max and I can hear?
I think this is happening at the same time as yours.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So he sort of looks at you, and his mouth opens, just
you know,
burning hot steam comes out of his mouth.
This is going on, because this is not what he was expecting.
This is company of wolves.
Oh shit.
You know, when I said the wolves are furry, I didn't think that applied to you too.
You say that he isn't furry, he has no skin.
Oh.
And I don't think furries were a thing yet, so
I'm glad to see some things are timeless between parts.
but he did not seem to appreciate it.
That's how you know that all of Stigma's characters are related by the same bloodline.
So I do believe combat does begin with that turn over, so it is Polpov's turn, sadly, for you.
Oh no!
Oh no.
So he goes to lash out with his hand and grab you by the collar and then to throw you towards the door with all his brute strength. So,
it's a shame your stand de-evolves, because if you could evolve, you could turn him into a little puppy.
So he's going to roll for a strain here, which is power and durability.
shit, what you doing? What's your result? What's your reaction?
How will you resist this monster trying to throw you at the door?
Might, I try to, best him in a contest of muscle fibers. His stand against mine.
Okay.
To avoid being thrown.
So you're just gonna try and resist this, or like push against it, or just like aura it, or?
I guess that could be anticipate, aura, or intercept.
And maybe withstand from the way you describe it there.
Yes, withstand unless wait, he's literally the werewolf, right?
He's a giant. He's like 8 feet tall. He's a giant werewolf made purely out of like muscle.
Oh.
And he's dripping blood all over the carpet, by the way, because he has no skin.
Ah, no dignity.
I'll have you know, no beast can overcome a man, and he'll do it himself.
So what are you doing?
He's gonna, muscle against muscle this.
Okay, so withstand it. That's plucking durability from you.
Keep in mind, you can spend luck pre-roll to give yourself advantage.
Could I not do body?
You not do what? Sorry.
Body for like the muscle part.
Endure maybe body pluck.
Yeah, body and pluck then if you like.
Body pluck. Let me find pluck. Okay.
So 8d6 for you.
That's 2
also, again, you've got
there.
luck to burn if you
It doesn't work out. He sees as you push back heroically for a few moments. You manage. It's like a Thanos moment. You're pushing his hand back a little bit until he puts like a tiny bit more effort in. Breaks through your defense. Sees as you, the user, by your collar, and hurls you towards the door. Driver, from your perspective, you are presumably about to enter here when the door shatters in front of you as your friend is tossed through it and hits the wall.
Oh, brutal. Regent's move.
And beyond it, from your perspective, from Proto-Men's eyes and your own eyes, you can now see this hulking company of wolves fucker stepping towards you.
Proto-Men returns to me and wraps around my body like armor once more.
Real quick, it's Regent's move, right? Because that was his reaction before.
Well, it was Pol Pot's turn first, now it's Driver's turn.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood.
I have the feeling that gun I recorded isn't gonna.
I have an idea for like a brief retcon. Slash, it was my plan all along.
You can spend luck for that. There's a 3 luck thing.
Yeah.
I would like to spend my luck. For Regent had in fact outwitted this foolish wolf, because as he was thrown, he managed, with his stand, trail his fingers along some of the pelts, restoring them to living wolves, who I presume might be mad at the thing that killed them.
This sounds like Crazy Diamond, though. Can you devolve a wolf head into a whole wolf?
Well,
an older wolf head.
Yeah, well, this example earlier was oil into like a dinosaur, so
I don't know.
Teng, you give the final fiat. You're the DM.
I don't think so, because this is like a disembodied head. If we set a precedent where we can turn a head into a whole guy, we get into Crazy Diamond territory, which I don't think is the way to go.
Right, okay.
If you'll take a suggestion, maybe you turn them into bigger dead wolf heads, and then they fall on him or in the way or something.
Wait, did I say the dire wolf part, or did I just say
normal? You didn't mention dire wolf specifically. That's like the vibe I was getting there.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
Wait, so would they be just like larger direwolf heads, or just like direwolf?
Well, direwolf heads.
Wait, I couldn't make what you said.
Heads, they would be still.
You know what? Maybe I was in fact outwitted.
Okay.
Thanks for me.
Outwitted by his raw strength.
The ass pull didn't work.
So yeah, you slam into the wall. That went through your head, and you were unconscious for a brief second, and that scenario went through your head in that moment.
I'm glad we spent time on that. All right. What's your? Wouldn't be much better than Trying to think of any recordings that I could use against this guy. Anyone have any ideas?
I've got 3 off the top of my head.
Go ahead.
One is that you recorded Regent while he was falling away, and then you record that, like, play it in reverse where he's like being thrown at him.
Oh yeah, then I could use Wolf's strength against him.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so which recording you?
Regent like flying away, except I'm gonna play the recording of Regent flying into the wolf.
So aim towards him rather than wall.
Yeah.
So you use your trademark Vasilii shots. What we roll for that?
I assume
I think I would. I assume it would use like the wolf guy's strength because we sort of said this kind of works like a double heat, didn't we?
Okay.
Yeah, or you could at least use maybe Vasilii's power or body or something because Vasilii has high body. He's got a big bulky body.
Let's be crazy. It's his body. It's this guy's body and Vasilii's durability.
Okay, so what would that roll be?
So that is
Vasilii's durability is 3d6. How much is this guy's body?
This guy's body is 46.
Alright, so 76?
Yeah.
Or maybe this guy's body
and
Jack's precision?
Well, we can do this all day, so...
Okay, fair enough.
I'll just go with the 76, whatever.
So he's rolling to no-sell here, menacing and durability.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
So he stands there firm as the Soviet Union, and the ghostly recollection of Vasilii strikes him in the chest, and he doesn't move an inch. The Vasilii shatters into like glass.
Fuck.
He like brushes his chest off.
My specialty is not as a projectile.
I disagree. Oh shit!
And now he holds his arm out as he's about to use his. He's like flexes weirdly. The muscles on his left arm sort of writhe and coalesce as they're sort of sculpted, encasing his giant left hand in a sphere, a mace of muscle that he runs towards you and goes to swing at your head, driver.
Oh fuck!
So he's gonna be just going for a strike here, which is power and precision.
I'm going to use my Can I like use wit to see it coming?
Absolutely, you can anticipate that, which I believe is wit. You can wit. You could parry it. You could feint. You could like dodge on impulse, I guess.
The other part of parry is what is that?
Durability.
Durability.
I think I'll just use body and speed to try and dodge it.
Okay. Body and speed, which maneuver, but basically dodge, yeah. That is 2 success there.
God damn!
So your dodge is heroic, and it prevents your head being knocked off like the football. But you still get glancing blows to your temple with this thing that sends you flying down the hallway a little bit and falling onto the ground. Like, it's like touching this guy in motion is generally a bad idea. So it's Regent's turn, and after Regent's turn, something will happen, by the way. So, but Regent, it is now your turn, as you are sort of. From the last we saw, you were in a crater in the wall.
Nobody. Well, I forgot what I was gonna say.
What?
Love Stigma.
Nice tossing arm.
The concussion is done wonders.
Is the floor wooden?
Yes.
Vasilii, Regent will try and flick a toothpick. Well, okay, not a toothpick, but like a splinter.
A splinter.
Yes, one lying around him, which I presume there are many of, given the crater.
Yeah, given the crater, yeah.
Yes, and he'll try to do the thing where, as it's flying towards Mr. Wolfman, it hopefully transforms back into a large tree. Large, heavy tree.
Didn't we already go over this?
I mean, this is literally what happened in the first session.
Okay, well, I'll let you keep the tree power.
Yeah, you should be able to do the tree because it's not like, I don't want to say it's not alive, but it's different than an animal.
Right. It's gonna be a dead tree. It's gonna be dead wood. It's still his my thinking.
Like a log, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah, a log. You can have a log. If you want a log, it's still heavy.
But damn, it's all symmetrical.
If it's a log, and like since a splinter is already kind of like jagged, if you devolve it, it will be like a giant spear. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. And let's see what that would be then. So you're trying to like just hit him with this, like you're aiming for anything particular, or just general hit him?
Aim it. No, it was more of a general hit based on it being a big projectile.
Let's see then. I would say maybe a strike for that, power and precision.
All right.
He's going to try and sort of grab it out of the air here. So he's going for intercept, durability, and precision.
Alright, so 3 live dice with Regent.
Okay, and he's going to roll a 66 here.
Damn! This guy's tough.
So yeah, he lifts his arm. He tried to grab out the edge, doesn't quite manage that, but he sort of lifts his arm up and the wood shatters against his arm. He's blinded for a moment here, so you do have an opportunity to do something maybe, but neither of you took any damage from that. However, downstairs, you two guys, you, Chelsea and Bats, you do hear the unmistakable sounds of Vasilii being thrown around like the little ragdoll.
I'd recognize the sound of that body slamming anywhere. That's gotta be Regent.
What the fuck is going on up there?
I don't know, but we should get up there quick. Come on, let's move.
Yeah, I feel like we're already going to be extracting ourselves out of here closer than we anticipated. You think that presentation happened already?
Well, let's just hope they heard something good. Seems we might have missed it, but that's all we can hope for.
So,
well, at the very least, and I take out the ball from my pocket, we got her.
That's true, we did.
So as you leave the room, you do notice that, strangely enough, before you could hear like shouting, but it's strangely quiet now. You can see like someone lying down in the middle of the party room, like multiple people just lying on the ground, completely still.
Oh, you got the corpses. Are these guys alive or dead?
I try to use my power on the nearest one. Does it work?
It works. And you notice, like, do you get a sense of the like structure when you do these?
I would say so. If
you do notice there are no joints connecting any of the bones here.
Ah, shit. I'm gonna try and take all the corpses in the room. And do I see the guy in the chair there?
You do see him through like the doorway into the next room. Do you want to go? Are you walking over to the bodies to do this?
How far are they from me? I think my range is 15 meters.
Well, you can walk around. You can get them within 15 meters of you.
I think what I want to do is get in and try to manipulate as many bodies as I can as I'm going. And while keeping as much distance as I can, I try to use the bodies and form them into a dome around Chair Guy so he can't see us.
Okay, you do so.
Because he's already in a straitjacket, right?
Yeah, he's not looking at anything. He's looking off into space.
So I just don't want him to see us, because I put together, only guy alive, a bunch of dead bodies. Probably better if he doesn't see us. So I try to create.
What was that?
What's up?
No, I thought we were doing dialogue.
Oh yeah. So I'm just like, okay, I don't know what's going on here, but I mean that guy's still alive and everyone else is dead, so common sense dictates that he must be some kind of stand user. So maybe if he can't see us, we can get upstairs into Regent and Driver without, getting into a conflict. So I'm just gonna try and I try to form the flesh dome around him.
You do so. There's no resistance there. How is flesh dome done? Is it a single solid sort of mass here?
So I imagine it's a bunch of bodies and flesh that are kind of like weirdly fused together. So So any corpse of a single person, I imagine I can fuse how I wish, but I don't think I can fuse one corpse to another corpse, so they're kind of piled like Jenga, but I stretch them in such a way to support each other as best they can.
So is there any like actual structure connecting them here, or?
So I imagine I've stretched out a ring of bodies into like a band at the bottom, and then I put a bunch of stuff in them, and then I put like body bands around them like 2 more times to try and hold
The second you
mass.
complete the dome, you feel every single body band snap into nothingness, and the whole thing collapses onto the guy, who makes no move still.
Is it covering his vision still?
It is, yes. He gets his legs sticking out.
Alright.
Whoa.
Slugger, I don't want to
A
get...
second later, by the way, you do a chandelier, sort of in the next room, also just suddenly collapses into like individual components out of nowhere.
Slugger, I don't want to get us killed. Look, I didn't want to bring this up, but I'm kind of unlucky. So, chances
Relax.
are that if
I know exactly what you're saying, and I'm going to take out my handgun and point aim at this this guy in the distance.
Right, okay. You can see his legs sticking out of the pile of bodies, but you can do as you wish right now.
He still can't see?
He's not looking at you now.
Right. But okay, I'll still have... I'm still taking aim at him, unless Vulture wants to rein me back in and say that we could just move upstairs.
What I'm saying is, if we proceed, I have a feeling this will go badly for you. I don't know why, but things seem to go wrong when I'm around. So, with how much risk there is, do you think we should find another way around? Or are you confident that you think you could get through this?
Listen, do you know what the turnover rate for Good Trouble mission success is?
Can't say I'm familiar.
It's pretty fucking low. Look, we already survived 1 together. 2's bound to be unlucky. 3, forget it. So I'm gonna take the risk, and I'm gonna fire at the guy.
Nice. You got a plus Grand Theft Auto respect from Chelsea for that.
Okay, so you pull the trigger. The bullet zooms towards its mouth and vanishes. The bullet does not reach its destination, and it doesn't hit anything else either as far as you can see.
You said he's covered in bodies right now, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't hit the bodies either.
I'm gonna...
Well, we...
just try,
Yeah, let's just ask him.
I'm gonna just try and turn all the bodies into the spears and stab into him while they're on him.
You do notice when you're like... You couldn't quite notice this as well before because it was like a pile of bodies, but you notice you're losing your sense of the bodies in the immediate area around him, like in a few like centimeters.
I can't believe this. I've never lost control of my ability before. He must be destroying them as I'm bending them.
And as you get a sense of the structure of them being destroyed, it's almost... The only way to describe it is disintegration, it seems. As if the joints between atoms are being snapped individually.
Slugger,
Yeah?
I think we should leave.
And you do also realize that the area of that disintegration has become tiny bit larger since you first noticed it.
I think we should leave now. Or else we might not get another chance.
Hey, I'm with you, I get it. Flare gun? Or do you want to still bank on the fact that those other 2 guys might have completed the mission successfully?
No, not without the others. I think you should turn in the balls, go through the vents and join them, and I'll try and take care of whatever this is.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. And I'm going to hand you the ball that's the lady backpack from before, and I will turn my body into small enough like marble-sized balls and attempt to manipulate through an air vent.
All
Right, okay. So you're going to head off. We zoom upwards back to the Polpov confrontation. As you pop out this event as balls, you see the situation. Polpov, well, what you can only assume is Polpov, what you see is a giant fucking monster. It appears to be brutalizing your 2 friends. Yeah, it works. Well, if that's okay with you guys, you guys pick your
I had a thing I wanted to do.
I'll switch you guys in the order real quick.
Yeah. After Polpov knocks Regent around some more, I get up and I stand in front of Regent, in between Regent and Polpov, and I briefly stare down this gigantic wolf. I should stress this. So far, Regent, I do not like him very much, but he's still one of my teammates, and I can't just, and if I have to risk my life to protect him here, then I'm fucking gonna risk it. And as I think this, Proto-Men, as the stand starts moving, like little after images of it start appearing in the air, and I start blitzing around the wolf to try and attack it. And as I do that, the after images solidify and strike everywhere I strike multiple times.
Confound?
This is a learning roll.
Wait,
I'm burning 3 points of learning to get to project after images.
Is this an invention then? This is permanent?
Yeah, permanent. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Maybe an advantage of some sort.
Absolutely, that's fucking sick. You get advantage.
I think I should get Rule of Cool and Moxie, frankly.
You cheeky fuck, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, finally, our first multi-advantage. We've been working for this so long. We finally broke him. All right.
So speed and precision.
Absolutely, though. Yes.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, this is the 4 successes.
Okay, and he's going to try and withstand this. Then he's going to use his plucking durability.
Will this be our first time landing a hit on him? Could this be it? 1, 2. Oh my god!
Jesus fucking Christ!
He is undefeatable.
I have an Aspel. Don't worry, guys.
Sweat.
It may be worth another advantage if you want to tell me your Aspel.
Maybe he is worthy of leading a country.
How much
do you want it now,
luck
man?
do you have, Jack?
Tell me your
Hold on, I'll be.
Tell me your Aspel and it may get the driver another advantage, depending on what it is.
Do you remember the marble-sized balls I created when I barely scraped Backpack Lady's chin?
I do remember this.
Okay. While Driver was creating all of his copies of himself and distracting him, I would have flung that little ball. I would have manipulated it into his mouth, and it is currently traveling down Polpov's throat.
Absolutely. He's just choking it a little bit, which just distracts him, and crazy enough gives Driver another advantage.
Finally, our first hit against him. We did it.
So yeah,
this ball is not digested yet. It is inside him. I have a further Aspel.
Okay, but that further Aspel will take place on your turn if that's okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just letting you know that.
You still can silver chariot him from all angles here as he collapses to one knee, growling in fury. He takes his first hits.
And I feel, I have to be honest, I think in character I feel winded after that because out of character, oh my god.
He's a menace. Okay, so it goes to
I have to push myself to go faster and faster.
So he looks up from his position on one knee, glares at you past all your standing, all it's after him is directly at you, Driver. Seems you must be the one to die first. And he flexes his arm again, and his bicep warps into the shape of a fucking crossbow that fires a long rope of sinew and muscle towards you. It seems to try to latch that onto you and maybe pull you in. So he's going to be trying to snipe you here with precision.
I want to, as I am moving around with all of these after images, I want to confuse him and try and trick him into targeting one of my after images instead.
Okay, I'll be confound then. That's textbook. Confound is menacing and speed.
Menacing and speed, okay.
Ooh, that's a solid 96 for you.
Three successes.
Versus 2. Woohoo!
So yeah, his shot goes wide through one of your after images and latches onto the wall instead. He sort of just growls in frustration as it goes to Slugger's turn.
Okay. With the ball currently traveling down his throat, I'm going to attempt to navigate the ball in such a way that it would lodge itself inside of Polpov's heart.
You're assuming he has a heart in this form, but okay.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming because, like, I'm assuming it's not all muscle down there. I don't know, you tell me.
He has to have a way to keep himself alive, yeah, whether it's like a heart or some sort of brain.
Well, the heart is a muscle, I'd say, but...
Your heart is a muscle the size of your fist.
So, yeah, you do find a very powerful heart in there. It's like, imagine a heart that went to the gym 7 days a week.
So, like a bear heart?
Yeah, but more manly.
Okay, and once
like if you put your hand inside this heart, it would crush your
the
wrist,
heart.
basically.
The heart is actually just another wolf head.
I'm going to attempt to lodge the ball inside the heart, and while it's in there, I'm going to ricochet the ball, like inside of the organ itself, building up velocity. This is going to either shatter his heart or just cut off blood flow long enough to hopefully do something.
Okay, power and speed there. And he's going to try and no-sell it with menacing and durability.
Watch this motherfucker, like, remove his heart.
Actually, I was going to say that he may actually try for intercept instead, which is durability and precision.
Oh, so we're playing catch now.
Oof.
Oh no!
Bruh!
So he sort of winces and almost falls back, but he looks up towards. Are you still balls? Or are you no longer balls?
I am still balls.
He looks up towards the balls that is your head, and you see him glaring at you with recognition, and then he plunges his hand through his own chest, tearing through all the muscles, and gouges into his own heart, and pulls out the ball, and crushes it between 2 fingers.
Fuck. At least his heart's exposed now, right?
Yeah, there's a big hole in him right now.
Okay.
I have no time for children's toys. And that makes it Polpov's turn. So, Polpov, in his turn, with frightening speed, he stomps down on the ground, sending pieces of rubble flying up, grabs a huge chunk of rock in one hand, and kicking his leg up in the air, he does a baseball style. That's a baseball throw towards your head ball, Slugger.
Okay. What's he baseballing at me?
A big chunk of concrete. So he's going to strike at you with it with his power of precision.
I'm going to disperse my balls. Dodge.
Okay. Roll for your dodge then. He will roll for his.
As this is being described, by the way, I'm trying to illustrate it in the jam board.
Oh, I didn't know.
What am I rolling for dodge?
Dodge. Well, dodge is body and wits.
Okay.
And he is rolling for strike, which is power and durability.
Nice, 3 successes. Surely he won't best us again, right? Right?
Surely.
Okay, good.
So yeah, you managed to dodge it by becoming non-balls. 2 states of matter, balls and not balls. As you drop down to the ground and the concrete strikes the vent cover you're coming out of. You do notice that the vent cover has been warped by that impact in such a way that you dread what would have happened to you if it hit you.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Regent, come through for us.
It's now your turn, Regent.
Me.
I have an idea for a dual heat when it's my turn.
Hog.
All right. Are you gonna share what the idea is, or?
Not yet, no.
All right.
It's a surprise for later.
Yeah, it's just gonna... I would share it, but unfortunately it doesn't involve you.
The Regent takes slight offense.
Alright,
Because his pride is wounded.
I'm sorry, but I need bats for this.
Alright, what are you doing?
And as he picks himself out of the crater, he realizes what he was doing wrong. I see now. I thought now this was a fight between men, but now I see. It's a dance.
Are you gonna turn into a big monkey?
Yes! Yes!
Oh my god.
Yes, yes, yes!
Yes.
Go back. I want to become a monkey.
It's fucking King Kong.
I guess we'll have to settle things with the law of the jungle.
Yes. And as the fur, mats along his arms, you see he too seems to be growing somewhat as he's still standing upright. His arms thickening, his brain getting smaller.
Oh no, it's going to disappear.
It's only so much that can give.
And as he's lumbering now on all fours, he charges in and tries, doing a Hulk smash on like the open heart wound.
Okay, and he's going to go in for his own fucking Hulk smash cross counter here. Finally, some metal. So he's rolling for Aura here. What will you roll for?
What would be the two-fisted Hulk smash in his back to monkey form?
I would say
you could do
strike
break.
there. Oh yeah, break.
What would break be?
Body
Break
power.
hit.
Okay.
He's rolling Aura to power and speed. Oh, let me have a look. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So 1, 2, 3.
He's unbeatable!
So yeah, you go in for your cross counter. You're not cross counter. You're trying to like smash him up, but by doing so, you have left your chest exposed to a rapid barrage of punches. Like
Wait, so
everyone
did
around
he
you-
counterattack? Because if so, they both take a hit.
Yeah, they both get hit here. So you smash it onto his back, but even you so you get like machine gun punches to your chest here. And
The
you can-
only fucking way we can get this guy hurt is if he doesn't defend himself.
My god, he's too strong.
And with that, it's Polpov's turn, right?
It is, yeah. But before it is Polpov's turn, because well, actually, Polpov will have his turn before this. Yes.
Oh god.
Is there still a big gaping hole in his chest?
There is though. Yes.
Okay. And his heart is in place, or is it like dangling? Like,
Hey
It's
dude,
in
I'm gonna
place.
message you something real quick.
okay.
He sort of flexes his arm, holding it with one. Because he's shut hold with one hand. You're making me sweat. And let's see what he. Let me think about what he does. 3 opponents here. He still seems to think the most dangerous one is you driver with your after images. That has caught his notice. And he sort of flexes his arm again, and crossbow disappears into his folds of muscle. And he sort of claps his hands together, and the muscles forming both his hands fuse together into a giant axe head. It seems he's taken the smash out idea out of Monkey's book, as he leaps up and goes to bring this axe head down upon you. So he's going to be rolling the break this time.
Who's he slamming on?
Driver.
Oh shit.
I'm going to once again try and like fucking disappear into my after images to escape this.
I think that would be a bamboozle there, or a confound. So you can try wit and menacing maybe, or
I was going to. How about like wit and speed for disappearing into the?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Like a feint? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Oh goodness me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Surely he won't beat that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so you manage to dodge it and disappear once again into the after images as he strikes so deep into the ground that the axe head does get lodged there, and he is sort of struggling to tug it out.
This is perfect for the duel heat I have planned. I hope he does not escape in the next move.
Well, the next move is yours, so.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something was going to happen.
I'm going to let you do your thing and then something will happen.
Okay. I call out for bats. Slugger, fire the cannon.
Right now.
And at the heart. And as he fires his cannon, I'm going to have Proto Men fire the recording or record and repeat the recording of the cannon firing, so that the two of us barrage the opening in his chest with bullets.
So your precision and his speed? Or power?
Yeah, sure.
I'd say your precision and his power there, I would say.
So 96. So 46 from Slugger, 5d6 from you.
Yeah, he's going to try and sort of withstand this with his pluck and durability.
This is a double Italian attack.
Yeah.
Plus
Twin
an Italian
boots.
advantage. Alright, and then you roll 5d6, Jack. Twin boots.
Twin boots.
That's
Nice!
5 hits between the two of you.
Okay, he's rolling for his pluck and durability, this man. So he's rolling a 9d6 here.
Oh, this is a devastating hit too. That's like a 5-hit difference. That's critical.
Our combined might, I think what happens here, if I'm allowed to narrate this, because this is so fucking much.
Go for
Slugger and I sync up immediately, and I duplicate his stand as he fires into the heart. And our combined cannon shots tear into Polpov's heart and blast it open.
Yeah, so his back explodes out with his heart and zooming out of his body, slapping into the wall as a pile of ruined meat. And for a moment, he sort of teeters on his feet, falls backwards, and his arms snap back and support himself as he falls down onto, like, his limbs snapped into a like, parody on all fours. And he roars furiously, and you can tell there's no human intelligence behind this anymore. That seems to have gone with his heart.
Shit, he's made your antagonist level. That means he has 4 to 5 hits.
Oh shit!
And meanwhile, we're going to whoosh down to where you've been trying to take care of this guy. You've been trying to take care of the Point Break man,
Yes.
Vulture. You've not been having much luck. As you can see here, like, parts of the ceiling have started falling in as his range is expanding with time. The bodies near him are just disintegrating into red mist.
So
And you can...
I think while their fight has been one of like power and like brutality, this has been more battle of wits of like me trying to figure out how his stand works and how I can hit him. So I imagine, if you would allow it, that I've pulled at least a couple of bodies away from the range, so I have a few left, but like I imagine most of them have been destroyed at this point.
Yeah, some of them you have are like vanilla ice, like big chunks of them missing.
So I'm thinking more and more, I'm like, alright, he destroys joints. He can even destroy the joints between atoms. That means anything with a physical presence, he can destroy. So how do I hit him? How do I...
Okay.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Are you narrating? I didn't mean to...
No, if you've got something to say, you should say it.
Alright, so I assume the order is like me, then him.
Well, I'm going to be honest, this is about to be a cliffhanger in a second, because I've got the old sleeping right above me, but if you've got a plan, now is the time to do it in anticipation.
So the plan, the only thing Chelsea can think of, is she cannot hit him with anything physical. So the only way to hurt him is with something that's not physical. So, in desperation, with the body she has remaining, she tries to create sort of an elastic, sort of like slingshotty like strip of flesh, and she starts to whip it in the air in such a way to build up force and try and basically slingshot him with air pressure.
Right, okay, so it goes whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And as you fire this air pressure bullet towards him, it is suddenly intercepted out the air with a clang by a flicked marble from nearby.
Oh, damn it. That was my friend. You can't do this to me, Teng. He was my friend.
And as the marble falls to the ground, disintegrates as it enters his range, you look and see on the opposite side of the room, on the opposite side of this whole sort of pedestal and everything, a man in a suit sort of flicking another marble with grinning a sharp grin. Sorry, but I can't have you interfering just yet.
Who are you?
We cut to black. Oh, sorry.
Oh, never mind. Cut to black.
We cut to black. That's what he says. And with that, we cut to black.
Jesus.
He even has power over the narration. Oh, are we really ending there for the day? I'm so hyped.
I'm sorry, I've got someone asleep right above me. I can't be too loud from this point.
That's okay. Oh, man.
I can't believe you did this to me, Teng. He was my new best friend.
Alright, so this guy's clearly a vampire. Do we know vampires exist, by the way?
I'd say good trouble considering it deals with the supernatural. Probably.
I was thinking he's a spin user, but he like filed his teeth down like Jaws from James Bond.
So, yeah, he doesn't seem to have like fangs. He has all his teeth filed down.
Yeah.
So I do have one other question too. So normally hits and luck refresh when you go to the next fight or session, but since this is sort of like we're only breaking for time, will we have those refreshed or no?
I would say no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had 0 luck left.
So how many hits is Polpov down to?
He's down to 2 hits.
Oh, so
Okay.
he's definitely like the upper tier of major antagonist. Oh man, that's like the most hits an enemy can have. That's gonna be scary.
So how many hits do you have total? 5?
He has 5
He has
total.
5.
So mooks are 1 to 2 hits, players are 2 to 3, and then major antagonists are 3 to 5.
We are basically fighting Dio right now, Bats.
That literally just makes me more excited to kill this guy because
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I loved our dual heat attack.
that was so good.
That was good.
I hope.
This really does feel like the phase 2 of a big boss fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope Dagger finds. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen, but I hope Dagger manages to come, like, to this area because I had an idea for a dual heat attack.
I'll tell you, if Chelsea had been able to get back and there wasn't this obstacle, I was gonna have her like, because he mentioned he's like, even though she doesn't know this, like the wolves killed his dad, so I was gonna like animate the dead wolf heads to bite at him, like throw them at him.
Oh, my idea was a lot more straightforward. The King Kong like axe versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just basically that.
Okay.
I'm sad that your gorilla attack did not pan out.
I thought that was gonna.
That was so cool though. That would be.
I mean, you're still in gorilla form, right?
They
both
took a hit, so he dealt a hit of damage, but Regent's 1 hit
That
from
is
retiring.
true.
So Regent's pretty
he's
busted up.
still alive.
Could Regent possibly boost his own like hormones with the evolution and like heal himself, or is that like out of the bounds? I'm still not entirely sure.
I think that's a bit much.
Yeah, I because your stand is so much like golden experience where it's like it can fucking do anything with enough ass pulls.
Well, I mean, I guess the established limit, at least so far, is like it has to be like a past thing. It can't be like something from your own
It does
life.
say injuries can be healed or restrictions lifted, but I'm not sure what the rules are for healing. I imagine it would be a DC.
Yeah.
You can heal with hormone as well. Vampires have regen. But otherwise it just says... Because, like, not all hits are, like, directly blood. Some of them are, like, mental hits. And you can also recover from those if the restrictions lifted. Like, if you're being fucked with mental...
What happens if you get to 0 hits again?
If you get to 0 hits, you're retired. Not dead, but retired. Enemies rarely go after retired people because they're considered not a threat. If you're retired, you can choose to come back up with -1 hits with Dark Determination, but if you get hit again, you die instantly.
Right.
And I assume if you were all retired, the enemy would just proceed to kill all of you after that.
Well, I pray next session, Chelsea will be able to make her way up to where Poltop is, because I really don't like her fucking
Well, this is a spy game, so I think if we all get knocked out, Tana's gonna put us in like a James Bond capture.
That would be
thing.
so fun. We're like strapped to the table with the laser.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you were gonna say a James Bond recast. He brings in entirely new players to replace us.
When you said James Bond recast, I misinterpreted that as like the threat is that we're gonna be put in a James Bond movie if we lose.
Alright, I'm gonna end the recording here. Thank you guys for watching.
I, for one, would welcome the profit from starring in a James Bond movie.
And we shall see you next time.
Bye.
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 Okay.